Sup, Devils? J-Dog back to answer more goddamn questions. Before we get to the goddamn questions, just want to go over last night's, because that was the L-Cat's birthday bash party, well, show that I put on. And yeah, it was definitely a success. So very happy about that. Shout out to everybody that came out, especially the out-of-towners. I mean, it was like, fuck, I can't believe from the distance some people came out, at least the ones that came up and talked to me. Not sure if I met everybody from out of town. I try to be out and about as much as fucking possible. Just walking around just like a regular goddamn fan. But the people that came up to me, they didn't all tell me their names, but I met the goddamn Bucks, the Jeremy and Lisa Bucks. So shout out to them. They were really nice and cool. So I knew they were flying in because they said it in I think it was a paid goddamn question, or maybe they just emailed me separately, said that they're flying in. I can't remember, but I knew that they were. They told me that, but I didn't realize they're flying in from fucking California. I was like, God damn. So they had to have been from the furthest away. So it was cool putting the names to the faces with that, and meeting them, and their first time in Ohio, and they seemed to really enjoy themselves. So that was fucking cool. They definitely were intermingling with all the goddamn fucking folks out in the goddamn land. And a lot of them weren't even from the fucking land. You know what I mean? Between like the bands like Molder and Melting Rot, shit like that, the Corpses, and just other out of towners. Met goddamn Layla Lover. You guys know he does all the stickers. It's the first time I met him, and interact with them through email. And Craig was talking to him way before I even knew he was through the Hellcast years. So I got to fucking meet him, put the name in the face, drove 8.5 hours. That was from Connecticut, I think he said. Yeah, Connecticut, I believe. That was cool. A couple people from guys from Pittsburgh came up to me. Two dudes that came out together. An older goddamn devil, bunch of fucking tattoos. He said he was from Cincinnati. I know Cincinnati's a haul because I've been there. Goddamn it, it's like a 4 hour drive away, 4.5 hours. Me thinking of someone from goddamn Detroit, Indiana. So I was like, fuck, pretty goddamn cool. So having said that, because I kind of told you guys I would go over like what I would do if this was a success, which it was. Yeah, I'm just kind of brainstorming what I would do next. So I guess kind of put in the comments if you guys have any ideas. Again, don't give me ideas if it's shit you're not actually going to come out to. Don't give me this, which I don't have Facebook, but I'm aware that aware of the phenomenon, and you hear about it where people say like they'll like something, but like for example, I remember Dawg would say that for Hell's like actually you put up a product or whatever, get 1,000 likes, but you'll sell 10. Well, why did you like it if 990 of you didn't buy it? It's like you didn't like it enough to goddamn buy it. Or I've heard because I've had friends that own clubs and shit like that say the same thing. Yeah, got fucking 250 likes, and literally there's 12 people at the show. Why did you like it if you're not going to show up? Keep on that mouth shut if you're not going to tell me something you would actually come to Ohio for. Don't even want your goddamn opinion. Give me something that you would actually. I'm going to pay a ticket to, buy a goddamn ticket to show up, and that's just what I would show up to. Thoughts are, I wouldn't mind as far as brainstorming. Again, I'm just brainstorming here. There ain't nothing fucking set in stone. There's no saying I'll even do something else. I'm thinking number one, max twice a year, probably more so once a year. Don't want to burn people out. And again, I want more incentive that if I do it, people do need more of a reason to come out, especially for the out of towners. I don't blame them. But twice a year is fucking, that's a little touch much. Hell, once a year, even that creeps up on you fast as fuck. I'm not going to do it in February. The only reason I did this in February is for goddamn birthday. It's Lindsay's 40th birthday. So it was kind of just a gift. Sometime in the summer, one day show, none of this fest fucking bullshit. I'm tuckered out after one shit. Actually, I'm still goddamn tired right now. It's fucking 4 p.m. Um, one day show, summertime. I don't know, June, July, August, something like that. So that way the weather's nice in the goddamn land. You don't have to deal with snow or any dumb shits. So in that time, and I'm thinking the club I want to try to do it at is a club called. You guys can look it up. It's in Youngstown, Ohio. It's called West Side Bowl. The reason I would do it there is just because the maximum capacity has more than the club I just did it at. The club I just did it is easier for me to do. It's a way quicker goddamn drive, 30 minutes from my house as opposed to West Side Bowls, just over an hour drive for me. And Emma, who owns No Class, is a friend of mine, so it makes it much much easier. Um, but if I doing shit and if sky's the goddamn limit eventually, I need a club that can hold more people because the max capacity at No Class, I believe, is 220 or 250. She told me what it was. It was two something, just over 200. I want to say it was even less than 250. Maybe she said 225 or something like that. As opposed to I can't remember what West Side Bowl is, but it's like 700 maybe. It might even be 1,000. But it's damn sure definitely more. Another thing, if you guys want to look up the club too, first off, it's not in the goddamn hood, not a total shithole. That's where Tommy from Redefining Darkness, when he did his fest, which I was at, it was at that club. It was a good turnout. I just got Lindsay and I just got a hotel for it. So I'm not driving back and forth this hour. We just got a hotel. Tons of hotels that are 2 minutes away with tons of restaurants and shit. So staying over there is very, very easy. 2 minutes from the club. It's not in the ghetto fucking shithole. Parking, they got their own goddamn parking lot. It's free, so your car's not going to get fucking stole by some goddamn hoodlum. So you don't got to worry about any of that fucking crap. And the club itself is killer as fuck. The only thing I don't like about it is the location. That's the only goddamn thing. And location, that's just for me. Shit, if you're one of the guys from PA, Pittsburgh, or anything like that, you're gonna love it. Like, oh shit, this is an hour drive. Suppose Cleveland's a little over 2 hours for you. Or if you live in Youngstown, even better. It's a shit location for the dog, where the dog lives. If I was getting a band from New York, let's say Malignancy or something, because that was a band I asked to play originally. Elcat's birthday was Malignancy. They were on board, basically signing on the dotted line. But it was one of the drummer couldn't do it because they have two drummers. Danny was saying both of them couldn't make it in. One was in like California or something, so it was initially going to be Malignancy on the goddamn bill. And then I had to get a goddamn replacement because couldn't do it. So if I was to get a band like say Malignancy, my whole thing was too. I was like, let's do a whole let's do a whole Intruder into Cannibalism album. I thought that'd be cool. He didn't say no, but he said, yeah, we could do at least most of it. He's like, we could pull it up because I think at one point they did play the whole thing. He told me, but it was just a few years ago. So we do know most of it. So yeah, we can at least clear about most of the album. So I thought that would be cool. But for them, it'd be an hour even sooner drive, so it would be easier for them. Club itself, though, it's a bowling alley with a stage and shit. So off to the side, if you want to bowl and shit, you could do that. It's got a record store inside, so record shopping that carries metal records, music in general, and it's got a restaurant with some good ass fucking pizza, and they got their own craft beers too for all you goddamn beer snobs that don't drink Bud Light and shit. So it's an all around. In my opinion, it is the best club. It's just the location. It's not in Cleveland, and that's where most people are going to want to play is Cleveland. That's the only goddamn downfall. Another reason too, like for if bands are flying in, the airport in Cleveland it's right there, as opposed to there, the airport's like an hour away. Bands fly in, fuck yeah, all right, you got another hour commute. Kind of fucking sucks dick, you know what I mean? Especially if it's a dog putting it on and you're paying that Uber driver. Price went up again. So that's the little brainstorming thoughts that are coming to my mind a little bit. Add on to that, bands and shit like that. No, I'm not getting no dumbass fucking Argyle Slints or anything like that. I don't need a goddamn fucking Antifa fucking rally outside my goddamn show, and not to mention those bands pretty much I don't give a fuck about. So I'm not getting them. I'm gonna give a shit get shit that I'm either bands I like or I'm at least friends with at the very fucking least. I'm not getting shit I don't fucking care about. And realistic too. Chance of me bringing a bunch of overseas bands. So not to say I would never do an overseas band, but probably not on my second goddamn show. So realistic shit. So put in there what you guys think and then what you would actually show the fuck up to. So yeah, the goddamn thing was turned out to be a goddamn banger. And I must say, goddamn, because I've seen Molder many times. And you guys know I've always talked about Melting Rock. They might have been the best goddamn band of all fucking night. Granted, the Corpses, that's a tall order to fucking beat. But Melted Rock was fucking great live because I mean I knew I was gonna like it because I love the album stuff, but the problem is with gore grind or grind chords, sometimes it doesn't translate, it doesn't shine through. It sounds like a wall of noise. And a huge thing a lot of times, the vocals never don't sound like they do, especially when we're talking early 2000s stuff. That was my biggest complaint, even on bands that I was a fan of. You get there, you're like, dude, the vocals sound nothing like they do in on the album. I remember now, granted, this is 24 fucking years ago. That's from what I recall when Cock and Ball Torture played Ohio Death Fest, which again was 2000, 2001, which I was at. I remember walking away. I was like, it kind of sucked. I was like, first off, these guys look like just a bunch of goddamn fucking waiters on stage. Second of all, their the vocals is just a guy up there doing Chris Barnes. That's what I was like. They didn't have those goddamn toilet flushing sound vocals. That's what I would goddamn recall. So I was like, it was cool to say I saw them, but at the same time, I was like, I kind of walked away. I was like, wasn't really impressed live. I honestly wasn't. These dudes do not look like they listen to metal whatsoever. Again, if I bumped into them to the Mickey D's down the street, because there was a Mickey D's down the street, the goddamn Flying Machine, if they were in there and I bumped into them, I would not be like, these dudes are going to the show. They're playing the show. I figure they're going to the goddamn park afterwards with their goddamn kids. Didn't look the least bit fucking metal. Another goddamn band. Definitely didn't fit the fucking bill. You know, Sadistic Intent walked in that McVD's. I'm like, oh, yeah, fuck yeah. These dudes are definitely in the fucking metal. Common fucking sense. So, but talking about Melting Rot, everything sounded good, including the goddamn vocals. It all translated. The music you could digest, it shined through. It didn't sound like a wall of noise. And then on top of that, they did a cover song of Cannibal Corpse, Put Them to Death, which is one of the best goddamn Cannibal Corpse songs of all motherfucking time, in my opinion. It's definitely the goddamn top 20, I would say. It's funny, that's the one song Kanye, when he was alive, he liked that song, and he liked the album Tune the Well, shit, I'm wearing a goddamn Tomb shirt. He liked Tomb, he called it Tombs, and the Put Them to Death, fuck you. He'd always quote that. Love that fucking song. So that's fucking great. They covered that, and that was fucking awesome. So I wasn't expecting that whatsoever. So yeah, that was my first time seeing them. You guys know I've been talking about them many times on the fucking channel since not the first video, but one of the first videos. Gave it the release of the year, Gore Grind release of the year. What was it, 2020? I believe that came. Was it 2019 or 2020? I think 2020. And I goddamn stand by that. And now, so 4 years later, that's how long it took me to goddamn see them. It was 4 goddamn years. Finally have, and yeah, it was 2 paws up. They left there with fucking 666 smashed fucking devil skulls. So if you ever get a chance to see the goddamn rot, Dawg highly recommends them. But that's sack metal, brah. That's sack metal with fucking testes pumping out testosterone. If you're into the fucking pussy shit, which a lot of you are, coming over and asking, what do you mean? You didn't like anything by Tool? You're not going to like Melting Rot, brah. That's going to melt your fucking vag. So don't even bother if that's the case. But if you got some fucking toughness on you, Dawg highly recommends it. Questions, goddammit. Oh, look at that. Just met him last night. Adam Benenson. This is an oldie, too. This is an order goddamn question that he sent, I don't know, probably a week ago. I just now getting to it. But yeah, met him goddamn last night, too. Hey, J-Dawg, question. With all these sick Reek of Death Records LPs that come through HH, what are some of your favorites? This KD boot is like my 10 Reek release so far this year. Thanks for keeping them in stock. See you in a few days. My favorite of all time? Shit, it'd be really hard to pinpoint to just one goddamn release, but it'd probably be one of the Cannibals, one of the Deicides, or Merciful Fate King Diamonds. There's some really early Carcass ones that I like, because any really early Carcass recordings I like, because for me, a band like Carcass, I like getting boots from, especially the early shit, because they were a short-lived band, in my opinion. What they set out to do, it was very, very short-lived before they completely abandoned their sound. And again, and even those, the Heartworks and Swan Songs, I liked them, but it was like, it was just a different band. So the true gore grind Carcass, I'm like, it did 2 records. Then they went to do a death metal record, and they did some sellout shit. And even the sellout shit, I enjoyed it for what it was. So it was cool to hear. And again, I didn't get to see that shit. So to hear different recordings and stuff, and to hear like, hey, what's Jeff Walker going to say in between songs? I liked that, because I was a Carcass super fan. Now, would I pick up like records for just any random fucking Tom, Dick, and Harry band that I like? I'm like, yeah, I like them, but no, I wouldn't be that curious. But a Carcass super fan, and I wasn't there at the time to see that shit. You know, what do you mean you weren't there at the time to see it? So, it was fucking 89 when Symphonies came out. I was 4 goddamn years old. 88 when fucking Reek and Putrefaction came out. I was 3 years old. What was I gonna do? Fly to fucking England and sing them? Goddamn fucking diaper on and shit? Fuck no. Obviously, I didn't fucking do that. You did, then fucking good for you. And not to mention, how many of you motherfuckers over in goddamn England saw Carcass in 1988 before goddamn symphonies came out, pitch shifted vocals, fucking Reek, Putrefaction, Awesomeness, picked up the goddamn LP at the store? How many of you motherfuckers did that? And you're still into metal? To be honest with you, I would not be the least bit surprised if it's less than 20 people on this fucking planet standing here in 2024. There's going to be dead in jail guys, and for the vast majority burn out. Well, dude, dog, it's more than 20. Think about it. How many people in 1988? Again, we're talking pre-symphonies, even. Brah, brah. How many people you think actually liked Carcass in England? Why England, J Dog? We're over there because they weren't playing. They weren't exactly touring the goddamn world at that point. How many people over there you think liked Carcass, a brand new, mind you, a style of music that nobody was playing, pitch shifting vocals, completely new shell shock music? The year it came out, this is fucking great. Went to go see them, watched them. How many of you even think were there just to begin with? Less than 100, I can tell you that. I can guarantee you it was less than 100. And again, I'm not counting the fucking janitor and the bartender and all the other fucking jackass fucking staff that had to be there. I'm talking paid screwy motherfucking tickets of people that wanted to see him. Less than 100, for sure. So out of that 100, well, you figure, goddamn, at least 20, 30 of those motherfuckers are dead. 10 are probably in goddamn jail. The leftovers, how many ain't burnouts? How many of those guys you think saw Carcass in 1988? How many of them you think picked up Melt and Rot? Even one, do you think? I wouldn't be surprised if it wasn't one. And again, I use that's kind of the benchmark. That's what I'm talking about, where most people, it's just like they just get out of this shit, dude. And that when he called, what does he care what people like and dress code? And it's none of this. That has nothing to do with that. It's just a gauge. You're looking at it in the time frame you're in. At the moment of time you're looking at somebody, you're just like, yeah, 20 years from now, this dude ain't gonna be in this. And I'm right 99% of the time. There's been times I've been wrong. There's definitely, I'm not saying that I'm not never wrong. I've been wrong. There's been times I can think of a couple of individuals that I turned out to be wrong on. Two actually, right on top of my head. Because actually, it was 20 years ago. When I first met him, it was 2001. 23 years ago. They are still on the ship. So I was wrong. But 90%, I'm fucking right on. Where's Big Papa at? Where's fucking Mike Majeski at? Not into this shit. That's for goddamn sure. What other fucking idiots I called out? I was calling them out back then. So that's why there's the goddamn benchmarks. What I'm saying. You get out. So most of you getting into today, the kiddos coming in here commenting and saying dumb shit in the fucking comments. I'm just like, dude, you're not going to be in this 20 years from now any the fuck way. And when the dog's pushing 60, and that's exactly what it'll be, will be basically 60, soon my ass is still alive. I'll still be listening to the same shit, probably still wearing the same goddamn Tomb of the Mutilated shirt. Might have to downsize from 2X, goddamn it. I would assume by then it's 60 years old. Might have to cut down to a buck 80 or something. But still, I'm a goddamn replacement though, goddamn it. Still, same goddamn person. Still listening to Paul. Still listening to all the same shits. I'll be there. Will you? Time will tell, goddamn it. We'll see if I'm still doing a goddamn video every day too in 2020. Shit, hell, maybe YouTube will be replaced by someone else. Antonio Gape, order question. J-Dog, I'm on my honeymoon right now. Oh, shit, you're probably long back home now, brah. Yeah, I remember this out a while ago. Can you shout out my wife, Jenny, for being a tough motherfucker on my honeymoon trip? Thanks, man. So shout out to goddamn Jenny Gape. Why she gotta be tough, though, brah? What, you that much of a fucking fun police? She should be having the fucking time of her life, theoretically. Shit, I remember my honeymoon because Elcat and I, we got married in the Bahamas, and then we stayed down there for 10 days. That's where our honeymoon was. I mean, she wasn't being tough. She was acting, having a goddamn good time. I mean, actually, the day after our fucking wedding, the day after we got married, we just stayed in the hotel room the entire day. I think we were both fucking hungover. And then that was kind of on the day they brought you breakfast in bed, and it was an all-inclusive resort that we stayed at. So a couple other meals, it was all buffet, whatever you want, all day long. I remember I was the one that left the room and just brought us both food in the fucking. She just lived there all fucking day. That was the day, after we got married. But yeah, we were there having a good time. I don't know, dude. I don't know. Did you fuck it up? I don't know. God damn, dude. Going to marriage counseling already, right? You just got back from your honeymoon. You should be just shaking the sand out of your goddamn drawers. So if that's the case, though, shout out to goddamn Uncle Jenny. So, and other than that, comments, questions, concerns, you know what to do. Put the comment box, get answer in the morning. Later, goddamn it.